So listen, if any of you guys are thinking about doing your own podcast, man, I highly recommend you use Anchor. Anchor.fm. It's free. You know what I mean? It's got all the tools and stuff you need to make your stuff sound spiffy. You know what I mean? It's seamless. It's user friendly. You can record it from your phone. You record it from your computer. You know what I'm saying? If you wanted to be on Spotify or Apple Podcast or anything like that, it'll do it for you. You know, you can make some money. You know what I mean? Doing a sponsorship ad and just like something like this. And it's also free. So if you're interested in it, man, you can download the free Anchor app or you can go to anchor.fm. Good luck. Alrighty, folks. We back in the lab, back in the studio. Captain's Log Podcast. Special guest appearance tonight. Special guest, the Philly Philip Higgins. What's happening?
What's up? What's up?
Oh, Phil. You know, Phil, you're just a fucking breath of fresh air. You know that? I feel like I don't get to tell Phil I love him enough. Like, Phil is one of my main men, man. Well overdue. You probably should have been in here about 10 episodes ago. But you know, COVID and shit like that. But what's going on with you, man? How's life?
Life is good, man. You know, been married for a year and a half.
Max.
Yeah.
Shout out to Max.
Shout out to the wife.
I thought Max was gonna come tonight. I was gonna put her on here.
Oh, okay. I ain't know.
Well, you know, maybe I get her and the wife on one day.
Yeah.
Do some girl talk. I can just mediate.
Mediate.
Yeah. How's work?
I mean, I'm kind of living my best life right now.
For real?
Dog, I was built for this quarantine shit. Built for it.
Bruh. It's because you ain't got no kids, bro. I'm telling you.
Yep.
Bruh.
All my coworkers who have kids are like, I can't wait. They need to go back to school, and I need to go back to work. And I'm just like, I kind of just want to stay home.
Nah, bro. I'm telling you, man. I would kill to just go in the office for one day, bro. At least just one day. But I mean, you know, it is what it is, man. Yeah. But hopefully, man, we can get past this shit. We can get back to normal. You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. So, I brought you in here to talk money.
All right.
But, you know, of course,
we can talk whatever.
We got to talk bike.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 2021 coming. 2020 was definitely my worst season.
Yeah.
It was my worst season.
Yeah.
You know, on the bike, regardless of the still repeating the times from last year. I feel like I should have been faster. I felt like I was cheap. You know what I'm saying? I was being cheap on the maintenance.
I was too.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I think you definitely cheaper than I was.
I'm cheaper all the way around. I think.
Yeah. It was a lot of times, man, where I was damn. I should have changed that fucking tire, bro. But you know, it's part of the game, man. You know, everybody money ain't the same, man. That's why we talking money.
Yep.
So money, man, definitely something that, well, finances that is definitely something that's not talked about enough in the black household. You know what I'm saying? Mainly, my opinion is because I don't think my parents really knew shit about it. I think they, they was just out here just swiping. And you know what I'm saying?
That is one of the biggest problems. You learn finances from your parents, and half the time your parents don't know what they doing. They just figuring it out.
Yeah. So coming up, you know what I'm saying? You know, Mom Dukes was just, doing the best she could to make sure we had all that, whatever she can get us. But I honestly feel like I didn't learn about money until I went into service, though.
Yeah.
Went into service, like, oh shit, and they got a better. My first bank account, my first phone, my first car insurance. Nigga, I wasn't paying none of that shit. Only thing I was paying was my phone. And this was back in the day when it wasn't no unlimited, nothing. You know what I'm saying? I had the Sprint joint with the straightforward, with the long walk antenna.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, oh, man, I'm going to the Marines, man. I'm getting my little check, bro. After taxes, my check was only about $400, $500 something dollars. So you talking about $500, and, you still got to pay your phone bill. You still got to pay your cable bill. You still got to pay your car note. Still got to pay insurance.
Right.
So after that, you really just got enough to just get you a cup, a tank of gas or two, or maybe something to sip on. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I was in a position where, like, my account was in a negative, you know what I'm saying? $200-$300, and then get paid, and then still only got a $200-$300 in my name for me to make 2 weeks, and then I'm still out here like shit. I'm about to drive home. You know what I'm saying? I would come home broke. And everybody at home thought was like, oh, this nigga got some money. Like, don't let this shit. All these clothes. I bought this shit when I was in Japan. It's all fake. You know what I'm saying?
That's another problem. Spending money on the wrong
Spending
stuff,
money, man. Spending money. But so what about you, man? I mean, did you always kind of had the shit down pat, or you had that bumpy road just like I did?
So for me, it was I was one of the biggest blessings in my life was I had a father, right, who. Pops like instilled in me what money was. It was a tool, like the value of it, how you use it. Because I pretty much was raised by my pops. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was just me and him. So when you're a single child, when you got a single parent, you as a child have to grow up a little faster.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So
that's both parents.
Yeah, exactly. Either way.
Yeah.
So you're privy to a lot of conversations that necessarily. If he had a spouse, maybe he would have that conversation with that spouse. You know what I mean? But it was me. You know what I mean? We in the truck together talking, and he like, hey man, we got this. You know what I mean? What we gonna do? And I say, and he would test me and quiz me like stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, like.
And what age was this?
Shoot, I had to be in probably the third, fourth grade.
Your father, he was talking money when he was in third grade.
Yeah, man. I think we had the sex talk when I was about 11. So.
I'm waiting on Aiden. Aiden, he's starting to show them signs. He was at a little function a little while ago. They told me they was trying to play some house.
Oh,
I was
man.
like, it's like this. I just needed that little check in the box.
Right,
we good.
Right.
Damn, third grade.
Yeah,
shit.
man. He used to always have conversations with me about
That's
that
cool.
stuff,
So
man.
he was always transparent about. So he was telling you this is what this is for. This way.
Yep.
Man.
Yep. So it just kind of, as I got older, a lot of the stuff that was coming up in life later. He had already kind of prepared me for it. I ain't know, I'm thinking we just talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you're a kid, you soak up a lot of stuff, and then when the time arrives, you start putting stuff to pen to paper. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what was your first job?
Burger King. Man, what a hey! Look, I'm gonna tell y'all something.
You was in the window?
Hey, no, hell no.
You was making the burgers?
I was washing dishes. I couldn't make no sandwiches. Like,
what?
I just straight washed dishes and mopped the floor. I told her, look, it was too much pressure, man.
The register is job intimidating.
But then when you get rush hour, people coming home from work and they want to get something to eat, and then you got to make like 20 different sandwiches
that you had to help.
That you had to learn how to make. And I was coming straight from practice too, because I played football all through high school and college. Yeah. So I would get out of class, and I would go to work, and then I would go to practice. You know what I mean? So it was just like, although we knew, my father told me about money, we ain't really had that much. He always told me it ain't how much you make, it's how much you can, how much you keep. So, and that kind of, it clicked even in my life right now.
That's some wisdom. I'm gonna soak that shit in as a 35-year-old. So what was you doing with your check?
Putting it in my car. I had an 88 Monte Carlo.
You still got the joint, don't you?
I still got my baby, man.
You better go and hook that thing up, man. It'd be the weekend whip, man.
Later on in life, man, I'm gonna revamp her.
That's what. Let me tell you something. That's already a win, bro. Yeah. Like to say that you have your original car when you was a fucking teenager. You already jolly. Well, I mean, no, you jolly ahead of the game. Don't nobody got their original whip out here. That's original vintage whip right there, man.
And that car, that's another lesson he taught me, because it was a piece of shit. When we went to go pick it up, the joint almost caught on fire. We almost burnt up in the damn man yard trying to get the car.
Oh shit!
But he knew about cars, so he taught me. So a lot of times, we spent a lot of times in the garage just fixing the damn thing up. I didn't. I'm 16 years old. I got the damn car down to the block, and I built it all the way back up. You know what I mean? So it's just.
You really living the father-son dream, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's up. It's different now, man. They want to be on them games. Even if I'm working on the bike, Aiden to sit out there for a little bit. He like, I'm going back to the game. Yeah. As much as he loves them, Harley will sit her ass out there. Yeah. She's got to have that tablet. She'll sit right there and ask me a million questions. That's my mechanic right there. But debt though, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Getting that debt, man. I was in debt real bad, bro. At an era, well, I won't say debt. I was delinquent. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't doing taxes. I wasn't keeping no money. Like they was calling me like, you gonna pay this fucking note or what? Wow. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like I finally had a conversation. They was like, bro, you just gotta call us. You know what I'm saying? So just so much shit to
figure out on the fly. You know what I'm saying? But I just think it make me sharp today. But it's just like I would kill for that head start.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? To at least know, like, well, you don't got to wait till 18 to get a bank account because when I was working at Jerry Subs,
that was your first job?
Hell yeah. Fucking that joint was the shit. Getting, sneaking subs out was filling up the little 64-ounce joint with beer, taking that shit up out of there. That's what got me in the game. You know what I'm saying? Jerry Subs. But my joint was coming as a check, and I was like, cash me out.
Yeah.
I wasn't putting that shit in no account. I was cashing that shit right at the job. Like,
oh, wow.
Like, cash me.
Yeah, I had a bank account.
Shit, man. My biggest check I ever had from that joint was probably like $275.
Mine too. Working at
I had worked my ass off for Christmas. And I was like, when I seen that shit, I was like, oh, this can't be life.
Yeah.
I probably worked like a 60-hour fucking schedule.
But that's good
as
though,
a teenager.
Yeah, because it shows you though, like, this ain't what you want to do.
No, and then I ended up quitting a little bit after that.
Yeah, I did too. I
ended up quitting. I was like, he was like, why you want? I was like, I need more. I was like, I can't survive off this.
Yeah, I ended up quitting just because it's talking away football.
Yeah, because like literally, my check was going to food.
Yeah.
I was like, no,
I used to eat for free.
I was like, no ramen noodles tonight. You know what I'm saying? No chicken and no pork and beans and hot dogs tonight, bruh. I had fucking hot dogs and pork and beans for Thanksgiving one day.
Oh wow.
That's when I was like, oh, we at rock bottom.
Yeah.
I had that shit out. That shit stuck with me. Mm-hmm. And that's right after that I went and got a job. I was like, nah, I can't do this. I was eating good, bro. But like literally, my check be gone within the first 4 or 5 days to food.
Mine was going to gas.
I would literally walk up the highway, go get something to eat, come back home. No food for nobody. She be like, I made this. I'm like, I ain't hungry.
Yeah.
Then she hit me with if you gonna eat my food, you got to start paying me or something. I was like, all right, I'll eat the food, shit. So then it started going to shoes and weed and shit like that. But so you went to college.
Yep.
Graduated from college. Yep. Came out, got your good little job.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. Jumped around. Now you're doing pretty good. Mm-hmm. Then you got into the rental houses.
Yep.
What's up with that?
So I got into that. So in college, right? I read a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad.
That's the Asian dude, right?
Yeah, Robert Kiyosaki.
Yeah.
And it just kind of, so my father was always good with the personal finance part of it, right? Like he taught me how to manage money, and, always just save more than you spend, that type of deal. But when I didn't know about the investing side, so I read this book and it kind of changed my life, just the way I was gonna go about it. So, and basically his premise is you buy assets, right, that provide cash flow. Don't spend your money on like shit that doesn't appreciate, shit that doesn't give you money back. So instead of, and don't get me wrong, I spent some good money on motorcycles. Like we said, I got hobbies that cost significant amount of money. But at the end of the day, they never got in the way of me investing because I always knew that this was the route I wanted to go. And yeah, so that's how that happened. That's how that worked.
You think it'd be different if you had kids?
What as far as
your spending?
My spending. What, like?
I mean, just I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like it's different, though.
Oh no, I expect it to be different.
Like
I expected it to be, but that doesn't mean the ship don't keep moving.
Oh no, the ship, ship
The
moves.
ship
it's just that it just may not be catching that wind like it was the first time.
Exactly, and that's okay with me. You know what I mean? But that's part of the reason why I don't have kids right now. Like I've been careful enough, and the good Lord has blessed me enough that I don't have a child yet that I'm not fully prepared and ready for. You know what I mean? And if that day comes, that's fine with me. You know what I mean? It's just that the goal, or it just moves a little further because I got a different responsibility to take up. You know what I mean? It's not, but at the end of the day, it's still where it's going.
Yeah,
we're still moving.
Bro, shit hit the fan for me, man. When the wife got pregnant with Aiden. I mean, just that, because, I mean, my thing is, at that point in time, what, 24, 25? Yeah. So it's like, when she got pregnant with Aiden, I was literally, I was doing security. And this was at the time where, you know what I'm saying, I was making some pretty good money. So outside of me paying, whatever bills I was slated to pay, I was wasting my money on the club.
Right. I never got in the club either.
I mean, I was going to the club.
I'm more of an introvert anyway,
Yeah. So you already been, it was destined. So for me, I'm going to the club. I'm going to the Go-Go's. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting tables, but I'm in there spending money like I got a table. You know what I'm saying? I'm in there dropping $150 on drinks, super slush driving home. You know what I'm saying? Car falling apart. You know what I'm saying? My Crown Vic is crushed in a cube somewhere. I had to get rid of it, man, because my exhaust fell off. I put the dual pipes on the joint. It was just a single, and the guy put it on wrong. So every time I went over a speed bump, it was bumping up against the frame, and then finally that joint snapped. So it was loud as hell. The joint failed emissions, and I took that joint to the dump. They gave me like $300 for that shit. But I felt like I started to have a grip on finances better than I probably ever have. Probably after I bought the first house.
Really? So what? So you think the house was the thing that?
I mean, I just felt like I felt like, yeah, you can't fuck this up. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a house, you got a mortgage, you got some shit in your name. Plus, you know what I'm saying, I was getting disability money. So I think once I started getting that little extra income, I really felt like, all right, you're in a position to do what you need to do. So at minimum, my mortgage was always paid.
Right.
But I was still credit card swiping. You know what I'm saying? I was spending a lot of money on the bike. You know what I'm saying? Between
we all
parts.
For a minute though, man.
I mean, it was out of control for me at one point. I think once we really started going to the track, and we started getting fucking fast, and we started traveling and all that, that's when it was just like, all right, I gotta get the latest and greatest. I remember I think I had bought the exhaust, I had bought the Bryn tune, like at the same time. I was like, bruh, that's $2,000 I just spent. You know what I'm saying? I just swiped for $2,000, like, not even thinking about, like, when the fuck you gonna pay this shit back? You know what I'm saying? And then mess around, you know what I mean? Some shit break in the house, like, well, got to get that fixed. Right. You know what I'm saying? I just was like, when I need something, I just need to do it, and that's like, I'll deal with it later. Then it get to a point where, you know what I'm saying, you 8, 9, 10 grand in the hole, and you're like, oh, I'll just put $100, $200 on here. Oh, no.
it don't work like that.
You ain't even hit the interest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know nobody with no good interest rate on the credit card. They all high. You know what I'm saying? So then when you get in that boat, and then it's like, this whole time, like, wife don't even know.
Oh, no.
She just like, well, what's going on? I was like, oh, yeah, I got to put about $200 on the credit card. I'm like, yeah, I'm putting $200 on it, but it's not doing anything. Right. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, I was like, damn, I'm in trouble. But I still want to go to the track. You know what I'm saying? I still want to have a barbecue at the house.
So what was the point? What was the turning point? Like, because you said you first got the house, and now it's like,
well, I was in credit card trouble before the house.
Right, but I'm saying, all right, so you got the house, it kind of opened your eyes a little bit, like, all right.
I just realized when we got at the house, it's like we needed to have emergency money. Right, like exactly. We was in the house a couple months, and you know, I was new to the house thing, so I didn't know you had to change the filter every 90 days. Right. So I just left the filter in the bed. I didn't even know where the filter was at. Man, nigga, it was like 90 degrees outside. I was like, why the fuck the air not working? Man, and I looked in that joint, and the whole inside of the front was the fucking block of ice, dog. Ooh. All the Freon that came out. So a buddy of mine plugged me in. The dude came in. He was like, look, I'm going to have to cut the heat on. He's like, your shit probably going to be flooded. And then I'm going to refill it. Something that they really could have charged me $700, $800. He only charged me like $180. So from there, I was like, all right, now I got to start doing this. You know what I'm saying? And then just realizing, like, what if I had to pay $700, $800? I didn't have it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I would get my little military cheese. They hit the account on the first. The second, it's gone to the mortgage. So that shit was just non-existent. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it was just like it was to a point where I felt like every time I came into some money, something happened. Yeah. Like, damn, I got an extra $1,000. Oop, this broke. This broke on the car, or the truck, or the Jeep. Like, I spent $500 on a battery for the fucking Jeep.
What?
Yeah.
What, they had to take a lot of
stuff
off?
It's a big battery, and it's one of them some start-stop joints. So this what happened. So we bought this one. We just bought it. We had the Jeep probably a couple months, and you know, it was used, but it only had like 29,000 miles on it. So whoever had it must have been dogging it, because I think we had the Jeep we bought it in 2015, so we bought it in 2016. So I felt like that's a lot of miles for 1 year. Yeah. And we was driving it, and all of a sudden the bitch wouldn't cut on. So I'm like, damn, what the fuck? I thought something was wrong. I would never think a battery for some shit I just bought. Just put the tags on it. So I took it to the dealership, and I was like, bro, what's wrong with it? It was like, oh, your battery dead. So I'm like, all right, I'm not paying out for that. You know what I'm saying? But the battery was $250. The battery was $300 at AutoZone. So the dealer is like, well, I mean, you know, you gonna pay us $200 for diagnosing it.
Right.
So I ended up paying for the battery. From there, the battery was like fucking $400, dog.
Whew.
So I was like, but again,
but the stuff keeps.
I was in, you know what I'm saying? I was in the position the money was there. So it's like now, man. I mean, it was even to a point where, you know what I'm saying, like when we first had our first apartment in Laurel, I went to my TSP to buy furniture.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, we need furniture. We're gonna have shit. It was like $1,500 or something. They was taking like fucking $3 a check or something like that. And I was like, well, let's pay this off. You know what I'm saying? Hey, did it again. Did the TSP again when I bought the bike. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, well, I'm paying it back. You know what I'm saying? It's a lower interest rate than taking out a loan, but you probably still shouldn't be doing that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, at the end of the day, you're living above your means.
Exactly, and that's bottom line where I was at. I just felt like I didn't feel like I had an image or anything like that I had to maintain. I just felt like
it was
stuff. I just felt like, bro, like I work hard. I work hard as fuck. Like
you should reward yourself.
I want what I want. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if I want to go and fucking build my studio, I'm about to go buy some paint and you know what I'm saying? We didn't even know this was some short shit, but that's where I was at. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, even to this day, like I have my guilty pleasures of shit. And I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh, damn, museum got a lower drink. Boop, let me get that. Or let me pick up some beer. Or like it's always wine or beer in the house. You know what I'm saying? It's always breakfast food in the house. Shit that we probably really don't be needing like that. But this is like with quarantine. So it's like if I don't have what I want, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. You know what I mean?
We complete opposite, man.
Bruh, I'm just. I'm telling you, bro. It's the stress, dog. Like,
I'm not. So we two different people. I'm not stressed. I told you, I'm living my best life. I feel so bad because, you know, it's so many bad things that's happening because of the quarantine and everything like that. But nothing has affected me in such a negative light. Like, you know what I mean? Like, money wise, spiritually, you know, mentally. Physically, like I'm in the best shape I've been in a long time.
Yeah,
like you know
I could tell, bro. Like I was like, damn, Phil John ducking off on me out here. He was gone, dog. He was definitely gone. So I mean, that's good though, man. I mean, is you know, take advantage of the moment, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, man, I was complaining all summer. I was like, bro, like I'm not gonna fucking last like this, just in the crib every day. But I was like. Yeah, it's time to just stop bullshitting. Like I said, went to CrossFit today. Me and Brian was in the joint.
Y'all went today?
We both went today, and nice. I was like, look, they sick of our shit, dog.
Yeah.
You know, we ain't been in the minute.
Because y'all ain't been? Because they'll call you out.
We ain't been. Oh no, they don't say that. I mean, but it was just like my phone was bad when we was going, and it's still bad. And they like, damn, bro, you been here for a minute, like you. That's why he was like, oh, you know, you can go on YouTube and you check some shit out. That's your fucking job.
I mean, you got good coaches then. That's good because that's one of the biggest gripes with CrossFit. Like some people don't like CrossFit because coaches be shit sometimes. So you end up doing all these movements that you're not ready for and getting hurt. You know what I mean? So that means that's good. And but you know, I got Pops in CrossFit, man.
He'd say he loving it?
He love it, man. We go Monday, Wednesday, Friday. He getting there. He getting there, man.
Nice.
Quit smoking.
Quit smoking?
Yeah.
He still drinking the course?
Yeah, every once in a while.
Pops gonna have the course forever. Pops put me on to this. Listen, I like to thank you and Pops putting me on to the course light. I put myself onto the banquet, but I used to drink them Sam Adams. I used to drink them Sam Adams hard, bro. I think that's when I was about 230.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? But also CrossFit is expensive.
That's one of my guilty pleasures though.
But that is a guilty pleasure. But
it's like $200 a month for me.
Yeah, it's a little cheaper. It's a little cheaper, but it's still over $100. But the guy, he's like, think of it like this. He's like it's just a little less than a personal trainer, but it's a gym membership.
And it's also cheaper than you going to the hospital and you know, and later on in life you have all these metabolic diseases, man. Just if you work out, you can avoid it. Like
you can avoid
most of the shit that's wrong with older people.
Yeah, that's good, man. But you know, I looked at it at first as, you know, like my wife was like, you should go in and do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I was doing the boxing thing first, but I was like, that shit whack. You know what I mean? I needed the full body joint. You know what I'm saying? So went in there and I seen the price. Like,
that's the biggest deterrent, man.
Can we fade this? But then I just started thinking, like, man, I've spent more money on less shit, man. Yeah. So it's like, I think that was the turning point where I kind of feel like I really had a grip on the finances. Like, yeah, it's $150 a month, but it's like,
but you value
that's what I need. Like I think my biggest accomplishment as an adult Well, you paid the fucking Jeep off.
Yeah, that's
the
up,
first.
man.
That's the first vehicle
That's
that I ever
what's up.
paid off, dog.
Yep.
Ever. And I've
Really?
had a yes, dog.
Congratulations.
Nigga, I've been upside down since shit. I've been upside down since after my Crown Vic, dog.
Wow.
And just
That's what's up, man.
nigga, let me tell you something. I could have broke a single tear like when they sent that title. I was like,
yeah, they sent that title.
it's paid, baby.
We just paid off
you know
the
the crazy thing is, man, it was like the first thing I thought about was, well, shit. Now I want to get this. Now I want to get that. And I'm like, we was talking this morning. I was like,
nah,
we keeping the Jeep.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And we'll pay the truck off. We're gonna pay the truck off. And we're gonna pay that
the
off.
wheels fall off. Shit.
I said, let me tell you something. If I just needed to pull some
That's
shit,
it.
we had that bitch forever.
That's how I feel. That's how we at right now. All of our shit is paid off. The only thing we got left is the damn RV. Once the RV is paid off, it's it.
But see, that's the thing, though. I think that's another huge bad habit, man. That us as black people, we get dinged on the shit all the time. It's fucking cars, bro.
Oh yeah, cars. Oh man, they the biggest sucker of your wealth. Like, cause just think about it's parasitic debt. Like every month, if you got a $400-$500 car payment, right? You riding sweet or whatever, but at the end of the day, that's $400 or $500 you could have been putting in investing. You could have been doing something else with, and it keep going because that once you pay it off, you're like, damn, I want a new car. I want another car.
That's how it is.
And then you just can
and then
keep
you right back in it.
Right back in it.
Yeah.
And it robs you of your future, man.
And also think about them people who paying that and then they riding in some bullshit. They're like, oh, you just need to build your credit.
Yeah.
Like, nah, bro. If I'm gonna get it, I need to have, bro. I was paying $530 for a fucking Nissan Sentra.
Oh
bro.
my goodness. And that's because your credit.
My credit was jammed, bro. I had an older Nissan Sentra, 6-speed John. I blew that bitch up twice, fucking racing on Branch Avenue, and got a motor put in. And they was like, "You gotta take it easy for a couple of miles." I was like, "All right." Zoomed out the fucking parking lot. 2 weeks later, it's gone again. Yeah. I was like, "Fuck that!" I went to the dealership. They gave me $2,000 just because the whole trunk was speakers. That was it. And gave me a brand new Nissan Sentra. The bitch rolled smooth as hell, but it was $500-something a month. And I was like, I couldn't pay it, dog. I was like, it's too much. I traded that bitch in for a Dodge Caliber.
I remember that.
I saved about $100.
Yeah,
man, that joint, that bitch ain't had no giddy up. Look, it was one day. It was me. I think it was going to your house. It was me, Brian, and Wally, and Aiden in the car. I'm getting on the highway, and I'm like, that joint was like, they're like, nah, dog, you ain't cutting in here like that, man. I was like, I would never put myself in that position, man. I don't give a fuck if I gotta buy an older vehicle. Yeah. Like my truck is old. People be thinking this shit new. I'm like, nah, it's like 14 years old.
Nah, man, paid off vehicles is where it's
Pay that shit off.
Pay that shit off and ride it to the wheels fall off.
And you know,
man.
when I noticed that when I moved out here, when I moved to the island, I noticed every driveway got 3-4 cars. Yeah. Everybody got them couple old joints, and they got that sweet thing in the garage. Like my neighbor, they got the Audi in there. My neighbor next door, he got the Maserati. Straight across, he got the Jaguar. They got a Benz across. And I'm like, I got to get like my neighbors out here. But even though they all older, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, over time, man. People.
But I also think it's just levels, man. It take time. Like
that's it.
I honestly feel like you're like way ahead of the game compared to the average bear as far as the money and all that. And some people really don't get it together until they get in their upper 30s and 40s.
It's true.
So I think they definitely should be teaching that shit, man.
They should. It should be a class. Like, you know, this whole student loan stuff, like, man, it's like, you know, these kids 18 years old. I know when I was going to college, right? I remember, like, the interest rates that I would see some of my classmates have to sign. Like, I was on full scholarship because I played ball. But they would sign the private loans or whatever. It'd be like 18% interest. You know what I mean? Or for an 18-year-old kid to go to school.
Was it $40,000, $50,000?
Shit, in my school, it was $60,000 a year to go to my school. I went to a private university, Northeastern University. By the time you leave Northeastern University, you probably had over $200,000 worth of debt.
What's the difference?
It's a top 50 university in the country.
Oh,
yeah, it's a very good school.
You ain't tell me that, Phil.
Yeah,
I thought you just was out there.
Hey, look, let me tell you, when I graduated high school, I had a 2.7. The only reason why I was even in that school because I could play ball. I was fucking good.
You use it to your advantage.
Yeah, that's what's up. I don't even know if another guy had my grades and they tried to get in Northeastern University, they would have never got in. That's the only reason why I had the opportunity. And I didn't even know shit. I learned everything I learned in college, like in 13th grade, because it's either sink or swim. You in the school with all these smart ass people who got private schools.
And you out of state.
And I'm out of state. Like
It's in Boston, right?
It's in Boston. Yeah,
it's a different kind of white people out there.
It ain't no joke.
It's different. I mean, they cool. I had no issue.
No,
I was out there.
No, they great.
They just different kind of white people.
Great, but
I feel like they're a little more humble out there.
It's a different vibe in Boston for sure though.
All right, so tell me about the Instagram page.
Okay, so it's what is it?
Just the Facts.
Just the Facts.
Who came up with the name?
Max. Let me tell y'all about this story. So basically, I'm private with my shit, man. You know what I mean? I don't want nobody need to know nothing about what I got going on. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna keep moving in silence.
I understand.
But my wife, one day, man, we was just talking. And she was just like, you know a lot. Why don't you share some of that knowledge? And I was just like, the only way you gonna really get knowledge from me is if you ask me. If you text me, be like, hey Phil, that was and I will talk. But I'm never gonna be like,
Phil, you know what you do, Phil. I feel like you got a 3-strike rule. I'll call and ask you about something about the bike or something, and you'll be like, oh yeah, if you just do this, that, and the third, and then I'll be like, okay, Phil, I did this one, and then you'll be like, okay, and the next time you'll be like, bro, just do some reading.
Yeah, because
it's after that. He like do some reading. That means I'm not telling you shit else.
This is what it is. If you ask me something, right, I want you to be at least researched and be able to talk to me about it, you know, about what's going on, so that I can give you the right steps. But sometimes I'll be shooting in the dark with you, you know, and I'll be I don't know what you're talking about, man. Just do some reading and come back to me.
Like, do some reading, bro. I'm gonna start telling the wife, like, wait, I'm like, baby, do some reading. I'm be sleeping on the couch.
But nah, so basically, Max was just like, you know, you should probably share some of this stuff, and I was like, you know what, it makes sense because. It is in the black community. It's really not talked about.
It's
enough.
really fucking bad, dog.
It's coveted information, but I don't know if people are. Well, I know for me, I'm just not a very social person. But I don't know if people are. You know, they don't want other people to know how they doing, or as far as like the steps to how this thing really works or what. But the black community definitely needs to like be more open to talking about money and not being ashamed of it and you know it needs something needs to happen.
Yeah, I mean I would like to think that because there's a lot more awareness to it now that we're getting a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean I haven't talked, not saying I haven't talked to my son about money, but I explained to him like, you know, look, you know, you living pretty good,
right?
You know what I'm saying, compared to how me and mom came up.
Right.
But one thing I didn't do is I would never say, well, you can't have this, that, and the third because I didn't have it. I always say, show me them grades.
Right.
Oh, you got A's? Oh, you get whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Within, you know, but definitely, man, just have to, you know, these payday loans.
Yeah, all that stuff is
cash
garbage,
app
man.
shit. Bro, let me tell you something. The brokest thing you can do, and I was just talking about the internet.
Mm-hmm.
It's my birthday. It's my cash app. What the fuck is that, dog?
Oh,
that's what they be doing. Thing? Happy birthday, cash app. I'm broke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No. That's why I only
people
got
be sending them money.
That's why I got like 5 friends.
I'm like, bro, like I'm not sending you no. I'm like, bro, I tell you, I get you a cup or something. I'll bring you a bottle or something, but I'm not about to send you no money. The fuck. Anyway, let's get back to this. Get back to the thing.
Okay. But okay, what?
Back to just the facts. So you got to pay. It's on YouTube too.
Yeah, it's on YouTube and on Instagram.
So what you do?
It's just the facts, both of them.
How often you? I mean, what's your theory? What are you preaching?
We're talking about like financial independence. So our channel or whatever is basically our goal is to be financially independent. So we have rentals and we want to pay them off so that I don't necessarily have to go to work every day. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I figured this out like maybe like at 26 that although I got my degree in IT, I make good money. This is not something I want to do for 30, 40 years. I just can't do it. Like, you go to work and I'm bored. You know what I mean? I picked my labor from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. I mean, my job from the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how I decided what I was going to major in because I always thought about money first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I knew that the job market was good in IT jobs. So it's like
I don't think that's ever going to die.
Yeah, in this area, no, it's great.
But it's always
but
the turnover
just,
rate always gonna be high.
Yeah, I mean, and I done worked for probably like 7 companies in my last like how long I've been out of school? 10 years, 11 years now. Yeah, or whatever. But it's just what it is. It's government contracting. But I had the foresight to say, like, I know I'm not gonna be able to do this. Like, I will go crazy. So that's why I started doing the investing in the rentals.
So that's your plan.
That's my plan.
You think you're gonna just keep on getting houses until to the point where you ain't gonna work no more?
That's exactly the plan. And the numbers is taking it. Right now, if we stay on track the way we staying on, even if we have a kid, by 40, the rentals will be paid off, and I'll be financially independent. And for our lifestyle, we don't live an extravagant lifestyle. You know what I mean? And I ain't talking about like no cheap shit either. I'm just talking about like we just regular ass people.
Yeah. I get it.
We want to be able to just live off of the rental income, and it's very possible. People, that's another thing. People don't realize if you invest your money, it's doable. You know what I mean? But you just gotta have like that mindset and determination and discipline to just keep putting the money in there.
How much? So this is me coming off the street. I don't know shit. How much money I need to invest?
That's the thing. So it depends. So if you're coming off the street, you ain't got no house, right?
No. I'm talking. I got a house.
Oh, you got a house?
And I'm just like, well, I got a couple extra dollars. I want to invest in a rental property.
Well, you can do that. You can do it through REITs, which is it's more of a exchange traded fund, or you can buy you a rental property. Well, but the thing is, in this area, it is very hard to buy a rental property for the cheap right now. You know what I mean? This is part of the reason why I haven't bought any more houses.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Because the prices. So when I was buying houses, you can get them for between $150 and $200, and you put down, your 20%. So whatever that is.
So you need 20% or whatever.
You need 20%.
Okay.
Yeah, you need 20%. And that's the thing. You got to have money if you're gonna invest in rentals. Like it's not one of those like no money down. No, you put down your 20% and it'll cash flow the right way. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's just the way it works.
Then you still gotta have some cheese and make the repairs.
Exactly. That's the name of the game, and that's part of your planning. You always keep money away for those type things. That's part of the game. Some people, man, they'll try to get a rental, and then the mortgage will be $1,900 and the rent will be at $2,000. Like you can't make no money with that.
No.
You know what I mean? You need a nice spread for your expenses and everything. You know what I mean? But it's a lot harder to do it in this area now. But it's a metro area, man.
So what about like Airbnb? Is that profitable? Or would you ever consider doing something like that?
It is, but take into account like right now the climate, right? COVID.
Oh yeah.
See,
okay, so we're not talking about COVID.
For without COVID, it's pretty
Airbnb
good.
Is pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I thought they couldn't do it in Maryland though.
There are laws against short-term rentals. They just put these in maybe like last year or something. Because people was going a little crazy with the short-term rentals.
Yeah,
because nobody want to live next to a short-term rental, dog.
You don't, because you don't know what you're getting. Look, that's just like if I go to Florida or if I go to Miami somewhere and I'm getting an Airbnb, we turning the fuck up every night. Yeah. Sorry, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, nobody want to live. So the towns and stuff that came together. PG County, I think they had some type of short-term rental thing now.
They definitely got it. It was a guy in Suitland. She had an Airbnb, and the fucking police was there like at least once a month. They were tearing shit up. Windows broke, all that. You know how they go out that side. Yeah.
But that's why. That's like I was saying about the whole like climate right now. When you invest in like you want something sound, right? Like I never really liked Airbnb just because of it's a job to me. It would be a job. You know what I mean? Because you got to do the turnover, and you can hire these things out. But to me, it's still
you're
I got to
making no money if you gotta.
You know what I mean? But with rentals, like long-term rentals, somebody is living in all my leases is 18 months plus. Like and they are in there and I ain't had no issues because I screen good. It's a whole bunch of
what's a no for you?
Huh?
What's a no for you when you screening your
okay.
renters?
I got 3 rules. All right, so you gotta have at least a 700 credit score. Damn. Yeah, you gotta make at least 3 times the monthly rent, and you gotta not have any past evictions. If you can't meet those qualifications, you don't even make it to see the house. I call you and these are pre-screening questions, so I'm not wasting my time.
Damn.
Hey. So I only rent to people who can actually afford to buy a house. It's just that they don't have it in their mind to go to the next step to buy a house. Not saying that you have to buy a house to build wealth either.
I mean, they could just be stationed here or something.
And that's a lot of. I have had 2 militaries because all of my properties are kind of around Andrews Air Force. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what it is.
That's what's up, man. I mean, that shit. I remember when you first started doing that shit. I was like, "What you doing, Phil? Like, what the fuck?" I remember you had the one house, Temple Hills.
Yep, that was
the first one, and you still got the folks in there.
No. So
I sold that one.
So that's how I got the money to buy the other rental. So what I did was I lived in that house for 3 years and fixed it up. And when I sold it, I got the I took the money tax free, because if you live in a property 2 of the last 5 years, then it's tax free money on the property.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah, so I took that money and then I bought 2 houses. That's what you did the last one.
Yeah. I walked away with a nice little 50 piece.
Yeah.
Paid off. Man, let me tell you something. We sold that. Look, we bought that house in Suitland for $301, and then we sold that bitch for fucking $350.
Mm-hmm.
It was a company, was like $350 cashed out.
Yeah.
And we was like, well, you was like, nah, $350. We was like, all right, cool. We sold that shit. I got that check. We went to fucking Silver Diner, had us a little lunch.
That's a good feeling,
and we was like, all right, back to reality. Let's pay some debt. And we paid off about a chunk of that went to debt. But it says like we just felt so fucking cleansed.
Like, yeah, because it's like you ain't got nothing. I know that feeling because
yeah. So when we came to this house, I mean, this shit was easy. Like once I came up in here, I didn't want to see shit else. I didn't give a fuck what the sinks was old and it was bees in the fucking master. I didn't give a fuck about none of that. I was like, I don't want to see nothing else. This is the house. But originally, I didn't think I was going to be spending that much money. I didn't want to spend this much money on no house.
Yeah.
But I just knew that I was like, at this point, it's not about me. Now it's like I need to put myself in the best position I can for my kids.
Exactly.
And it was just like, we live in a neighborhood. Hey, listen, if you live in Suitland, I don't got nothing against you, but I don't fuck with Suitland. You know what I'm saying? Suitland was a very nice house. It was a shitty area.
Yeah.
Everything in the house was brand new, granite countertops, fucking stainless steel appliances, brand new. Everything was new. All the plumbing, all the electrical wire, everything was new. That's the only reason why we got that house, because we was green and we was like, we ain't gotta go in here. We ain't gotta fix nothing. We good. And we didn't have to fix anything the entire time in the house. I mean, we had a little bit of roof damage from like a fucking windstorm. That was some short shit. You know what I mean? Sorry to them folks who moved in there, because we just replaced the shingles that was leaking, and they were still leaking, but we got up out of there before that.
Yeah.
But once we came here and we saw the price, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah, well,
it's like, but they wanted a lot. Like I just said it. They wanted $490 for this house.
Yeah.
And I was like, bullshit. I was like, how long has it been sitting? 6 months?
Oh, wow.
I was like, tell them we give them X, Y, and Z. Way significantly cheaper. The lady came back, was like, are they serious? We was like, we dead ass right now. VA loan, what's good? Came back and said, you good, but she didn't want to give us a closing.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, yeah, just put that in the loan. Don't worry about it. We'll take that. We'll take the 15,000. I mean, that's, who cares? And then when we got the fucking house, I'm going to tell you something. I came in this joint, I walked around, and I literally just, like, it just hit me. Like, it was like that. It was like that scene in Logan when he put that shit in his neck and the nigga started going crazy. It was just like, dog, like, really just had me kind of choked up. Like,
I know.
I just felt like, you know what I'm saying? This was the most, like, responsible thing I could have ever done for my family.
Yep.
That me and my wife could have done for our kids and their kids later on. Like, put them in what's supposed to be the best area in the county.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All the fucking sports. It's food and places everywhere. It's a bunch of shit to do. It's parks everywhere. It's trails. Like, we put y'all in the best place to give y'all the best things.
Yep.
I think that's when I felt like, regardless, I don't give a fuck if I fall back in credit card debt. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully not. But I felt like that was just my small victory. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, me and my pops just talked about this today, actually. We talked about how, where we live at right now is, we live in Clinton. So, it's nice over there where we live. It's in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, it's quiet over there.
It's quiet, but
good old neighbors.
But, just me and Max, like, we can pretty much live anywhere right now because it's just me and her. Like, we just know if it's some shit going down the street, we just like, all right, we won't go that way. We'll go this way. You know what I mean? Like,
you never considered coming north, Phil?
I just like Southern Maryland, man. I love it.
Yeah,
I grew up down there.
We miss you. Fuck.
And it's cheaper, man. Shit, you can get a house in Charlestown.
Just go back off 30, go Crofton somewhere.
Nah, well, I mean, that's too far up, man. It's cheaper, man. I can get more bang for my buck, Southern Maryland, man.
Phil, this has been my only. It's been our only issue. I'll be like, fuck, Phil lives so far.
I know.
And then it's like you be doing shit. It's like look, you done built the whole fucking deck patio. And I'm I'm like, look, I want to go fuck with Phil, but I'm gonna have to spend the night, dog. Like, I can't get turned up in Clinton and drive home. I'm too old to be driving home drunk. You know what I'm saying?
I get Max the keys now.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, but man, it's a win for the team.
Yeah,
like,
my pop said that today. He was like, man, you got some good guys around you. I said,
Pops need to invite. Look, tell Pop whenever Pop say it's cool, we coming through. That's it. We won't make him do nothing he don't want to do. Just tell him have some Coors banquets for us. You know what I'm saying? We could just sit. I definitely gotta I love to get that wisdom from Pop, man. You know what I'm saying? Even when I bring Aiden over there, like he really see, just really Pop do something to you, man.
Yeah.
When he get to talking to you, man, and he just telling you like, you got to be doing this, do that. I'm like, yeah, man. I be driving home like, man, Pop always hit you with something, man. Always do. So as far as so are you promoting the snowball effect?
So we
as
actually
far as paying debt.
It depends on where you at, man. So I know for me and Max, we do the avalanche, right? Because right now, so our situation is, Maxine, she came into our marriage. She had student loans.
Mm-hmm.
I had a Harley and my RV, which the Harley is paid off now, and the RV should be paid off by the end of the year. But anyway,
this year,
yeah. Oh, we done shelled out some money, big baby.
That's why your ass ain't been nowhere.
Yeah, and that's why you see my budget at the track shrink too, man. Like, I gotta put things in perspective.
So look,
man.
this is my thing with the track, man. This is my thing with the track. Like, it's like coming from where we came from on the street. It's like it's all we got. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
Like, this is. I mean, don't get me wrong. The cruiser thing, that's a whole nother lifestyle. Like, at that point, it's a commuter and it's whatever you want. But it's like to get that fix. To get that fix,
I know,
man.
and I still go.
It's all we got, man. So it's just like I be like, God, where the fuck is Phil at, bro? Because my thing is, it's like this. When me and Mike and Carlton, we've been doing it for a while. Mm-hmm. So it's like, we feed off each other. But it's like when you come out the joint, I'll be like, Phil about to come out here. He about to do his thing. It's like you energize us. And then Wally, too. Yeah. And when Wally bought that membership, I'm like, ooh, my man is not playing.
Look, let me tell you, Wally is back.
Hell yeah, he back. He didn't been on the bike and he back.
Let me tell you why. This is the biggest like benefit I've seen from from getting better on a motorcycle. It's your health, man. Like you're being in shape. That is the biggest improvement to get you faster on the track to me. That's by far, because like last year, like towards the end of the year, I was feeling great because I was in great shape. The previous 2 years, you running 7 laps, man, you're dying.
Bro, I felt really good when I had lost the 25 pounds.
Yeah,
when
man.
I went to race and I put the suit on and I was like,
that's what I'm saying.
And I went out there and raced and I hit them times. I was like,
yeah.
I mean, I was still gassed.
But
that was our first year of racing.
But you also
so I
not like when you get to that lap 5 and you're just like, oh dog, I don't know how I'm hold on here.
Yeah, I was good. Yeah. But this year, bro, I was coming down the straightaway. It felt like the suit was suffocating me, bro. And I was like, man.
I mean, you put on some more pounds.
Hell yeah, I put on. That's why I was like, bro, this is the worst thing you can do to me, bro. Like, I mean, you talking about somebody who used to drink in their 20s, drink and eat, and now you sticking me in the house. It's like now I have to force myself to do what the fuck I need to do. So it's like now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's affecting me. The wife telling me, she's like, you need to go run. You chilling too hard.
You need to run, dog. I'm trying to tell you.
I
Wally
ran the other day.
I saw. Look, so back to Wally. Anyway, Wally is in the best shape of his life right now.
He running 6 miles a day.
I know.
My knees ain't built for that. Not yet.
But they get there eventually. But Wally is in great shape. He gonna shock us this season, man.
Hell yeah, he gonna shock us. Trust me.
He gonna come back hard.
I'm already expecting him because my thing is we gonna do Wally as just like we did Carlton. When Carlton came in. And we had already been hitting the track, and Carlton was, like, I was like, I see it in this nigga. We just need to lean on him.
Yeah.
And we going to lean on Wally ass until he just like, all right, I'm tired of this shit. Then he going to be pulling the fuck off. Look at Carlton.
Yeah, I know.
Carlton was smoking my shit at NC Bike, bro. Man. Even in Jersey.
Too, shit.
Bro, when we was in Jersey and we was racing, and, Carlton, he went to Jersey way more.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I was keeping up, dog, but I was making mistakes. My suspension was going crazy. And there was the one race when, I just kind of stayed with him as long as I could. Like, gas him, and I just passed him at the end. That was just luck. Yeah. After that, Carlton was not letting that shit out. He was
Yeah.
pulling the fuck off on me, dog. Mike too. Mike don't weigh shit.
Dog.
Mike don't weigh shit.
But-
and then he cutthroat on the bike.
But Mike didn't put in that time, dog.
Hell yeah, he put in time in.
Mike go to the track by himself. Like he always dialing it in mentally. Like he is a student of the game.
Mike
you ever seen The Sandlot?
Yep.
You know who Rodriguez is?
The Spanish dude.
Yeah, that's Mike right now.
Yep.
That's
Mike, let me tell you, Mike want that blood, bro.
Yeah. Hey, look, Mike is very competitive. That's why I love when it's you, me, Mike, when we get out there, because I know when I look to my left and my right, dog, we out here trying to kill each other.
Mike only gonna
Mike ain't gonna tell you that. He ain't gonna want you to win.
He only gonna let you sit up there for a couple turns, maybe a lap at the most. You get on that straightaway. It's fucking open season, man. I love that, man.
I love it, man.
But but that's just like
it's fun.
And I also think another thing. If we get back on the money, man, I also think it's also who you around too.
Oh yeah. No,
like,
your circle definitely got to play a big part on how you think about money, what you spend your money on, all that stuff.
Bruh, because like literally when I came onto the scene with the bikes and all this is, it was just me and Gus at first. Gus was William, and I was riding with him. I bought the Jix at the 02 joint, and I bought that shit. I went and got a personal loan, but I paid like $2,500 for $2,500. I didn't even tell Lil I bought the bike.
Right, see?
She was like, "You bought a whole motherfucking bike?" I was like, "This my motherfucking money."
Man.
But then I was like, "Damn, that was real irresponsible."
Yeah.
But I'm not selling it. You know what I'm saying? But then once I got with Wally and all them, and even when he was staying out Gunther, like he was kind of getting me hip, like,
yeah,
what the fuck you out here doing, bro? He's like, I mean, what you trying to do? And he really started kind of schooling me up. I mean, he was helping me out with a lot of shit too.
Yeah.
But it got to a point where I was like, hey, I've learned enough. Don't buy me nothing else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to this day, it's like, oh, you good? I'm like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? It's good to know that's there, but just to have somebody who like genuinely cares, like, look,
absolutely.
man, you out here fucking your money up. You know what I'm saying? If I go out here and I buy the fucking full shebang, Olin suspension, and I go out here and buy a fucking toy hauler, niggas gonna be like, as my mans and them, I expect y'all to be like, what you hit the lottery?
Yeah,
nigga? What you got promotion? What the fuck going on, nigga? We know you don't make. We know you ain't making that much money. Shit, the VA made you 100%. Like I think that definitely had accountability.
That's just me. Accountability.
That's me. Like that's just me as the person I am, growing up the way I did. Like I put a lot of responsibility on y'all, whether y'all know it or not. You know what I'm saying? It's like if Brian ain't fucking popped up on me, it's like, all right, Brian, you fucking slipping. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
If you didn't pull up on me and drop some gems on me, or Mike ain't called and said, I mean, you gonna get the bike fixed or what? Like, or you know what I'm saying? It's like I just expect certain shit like that to be. That's why I be like, the wife, she be like, you talk to Phil? I was like, I was just about to call him, and I'll be like, Phil, bro, like, pull up on me, man. I see you, and I'm like, invite me over, like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what? That's what y'all do for me though, man. Cause you know I'm so to myself all the time. Y'all help me get out of my box. You know what I mean? Cause I like I said, coronavirus quarantine. I built for this shit.
Phil, let me tell you something right now. Let me tell you something. You could never invite us over too much. You know, no, you can't because we don't see you. Phil, I've probably seen you as long as we known each other. If I could say a number, I've probably seen you like 20. I've probably been in your house like 10 times as long as we known each other.
Yep.
And it's like I respect it, but it's just like it be some times where it's like, all right, I'm tired of seeing Brian. I see this nigga too much. He live down the fucking street. I'm really just picking on this nigga because he in the room.
I know.
Sitting in the corner right now. But, I mean, that's just like Ty, you know what I'm saying? Delonte. I want to pull up on them niggas, too. I want them niggas to come in here and the same. I mean, that's just how I am. I'm the complete opposite. I'm a fucking extrovert.
I know.
To a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, man, that type of accountability, man, is what really just makes us stronger, man. So I would love for all of us to make millions, man. And so my last thing. So what would you tell somebody who's not set up the way you set up, who don't have, you know what I'm saying, the certain amount of income or having the rental properties? I mean, what advice would you give to them? Somebody who just making ends meet.
Some simple rules. First of all, I would say look at your income, right? Do you have a big enough shovel? You know what I mean? Like do you have enough money coming in? If you don't, you might have to take some classes at night. You might have to just get grimy for a little bit and up your skills so that the marketplace can reward you. You know what I mean? Because, you know, people talk about it ain't no jobs out here. There's jobs out here. It's just it takes a lot of sacrifice to get the skills to get them the jobs. You know what I mean?
Money out here, though.
It is. So that's the first thing I would say you look at. Second thing I would say you look at is expenses. How much shit are you buying? How much shit are you paying for on a monthly subscription basis that you don't need, that you barely use? Because that type shit, it just eats into your income, like, and it's real, like, subtle. You know what I mean? You just let the shit go. Next thing you know, you got, $1,000 worth of shit coming out your check that you don't even use.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It'd be like that.
And then the next thing I would say,
Netflix and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we use Netflix, but we ain't got cable. See, the way we set up our household is it runs very lean. We don't have a whole bunch of subscriptions. We don't have a whole bunch of shit that we pay for. We live in a small house.
If we ain't had no kids, we had cable.
See that? So can they not look at Netflix? I don't know.
Well,
Let me tell you, I don't know. I ain't got kids, but I'm just saying, could they not look at something else?
But see, the thing is,
my
thing is this, the way these companies are, they already know, like, okay, well, the internet is still $150, $200. Shit.
No, not mine.
Well, I'm saying, well, right now, with everybody being home, internet is high.
Oh, my internet is only $50 a month.
Yeah, but you gotta think, we teleworking all day.
I am too.
My son on fucking Fortnite all day. My daughter she on Disney Plus, and she watching Netflix on the TV at the same time.
This is one of the biggest myths, man. Like, they think that, so they try to sell you this gigabit throughput, right? This gigabit, like, internet speed. The thing is, really, you don't need that much. You don't need it. So they try to sell you on the highest package. What I would suggest you do is you start in the middle, and if everything is fine, call their ass the next month, say, let me go down a package. You know what I mean? And then keep going until it actually meets your needs, until you see some buffering, because you're paying for a lot of shit that you don't need.
Definitely. I think the cable bill is probably the most what the fuck bill I have.
Cable?
Outside of the phone, but I mean, you gotta have your phone. We got fucking 3 phones and an iPad. I actually think that's actually pretty cheap.
What? 3?
For the 3 phones, like $3.
Oh, see, yeah, that's it. Okay.
That's cheap. For the iPad. It's cheap. It could be a lot higher.
We pay like $140. So.
But shit, my cheapest.
But we only got 2 phones.
I think my cheapest, most important, but it's like the car insurance. The car insurance is dirty cheap.
Our car insurance is $250.
Yeah, that's how it is.
But I got, I got.
Oh, you got
cars,
all that shit on
I got motorcycles.
No, that's just the 2 cars.
Yeah, I got.
Hey, look.
I got everything I own on it's $250 a month.
You still got insurance on the bike?
Indeed, I got insurance on the bike.
Man. I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, and you got to call their ass and be like, look, I'm about to leave if y'all don't lower my shit. And then if they don't lower your shit, you go somewhere else.
For what? You go to track, fuck the joint up. They're not paying for that. Unless you want to dump that bitch in the water somewhere.
No, because they're not paying for it. I've already chalked it up. I already fell on the street one time on the motorcycle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm not gonna play that card again. You know what I mean?
No. So you don't have no insurance on?
No, I got the storage insurance.
I had that too.
Yeah.
I was like,
but on the Harley, I got.
Yeah, I know you gotta have that.
You know.
God, I want to.
Yeah. Hey man, let me tell you.
Listen,
let me tell you something about the Harley.
I just want a commuter. You
hey,
know
look,
what I'm saying?
no, you want the Harley, man. You get your wife, you put her on the back. You say, baby, get your ass on this bike. We going to go get something to eat. And I got it. You know what I mean? Then you ride down the street and shit. The little kids, they looking out the window like, hey. You like, yeah, you could be like this one day.
She did say, she said she was all the way with it. She was like, yeah. You got to get the, she didn't say you got to get the field bike, but she was like, you got to get the big one.
Now, you need a road glide or street glide, dog.
That's I want to get the road. I wouldn't even, the street glide is nice. The road.
The road.
Like, you pull up. Like,
love it.
Be back to the bitch up in
That's my baby, man.
Anyway, man. So what's the plans for the future, man? I mean, what you got? What you got cooking up next, man?
Cooking up next. Well,
2021.
2021, we will be completely debt free minus the mortgages. So student loans paid for and everything. And then after that, we gonna attack these rental properties, and hopefully by 40, I can at least work part time.
40.
8 years.
So you need to catch the fuck up. I feel old. My body feel old, man. All right, man. Well, look, we're going to wrap this shit up, man.
All right.
This is a great fucking conversation.
Indeed.
Great. I hope folks listening, man, really soak some of this shit in, man. I definitely try to get as much information as I can from, my close friends, my main men. You know what I'm saying? Really important to me, man. And whatever knowledge they know, they can give to me, I want to give to y'all. You know what I mean? So definitely, man, finances, man. Talk about that shit. if you got a family, you got kids, sons, daughters, man, you ain't talk to them about money. Talk to them about that shit, man. I'm about to go up there and tell my son he owe me some money. Shit, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna wrap it up, man. Phil Higgins, episode 26. I'm just gonna call it finances. Fuck it. All right. Captain out.